So, good morning to all. So, we are discussing about the signal analyzers. So, in the previous class, we have seen the basic wave analyzer. So, by using LC and rectifier circuits, and also the based upon the frequency range which we are using, depending upon the frequency range, these wave analyzers are classified into two types: frequency selective wave analyzer and heterodyne wave analyzers. So whereas frequency selective wave analyzers are used in the frequency range of audio AF range, audio frequency range, that is from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. And so in that we can analyze the signals which are in the range of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, and from that, so today we will discuss about the second type of wave analyzer. So that is heterodyne wave analyzer. So heterodyne wave analyzer. So by using the wave analyzers, we can measure the audio frequency range. To analyze the signals in the audio frequency range, we can use the frequency selective wave analyzers. To analyze the signals which are in the radio frequency range and above that megahertz range, so we have to use the heterodyne wave analyzers. So ordinary wave analyzers are not suitable for analyzing the frequency range which is above in the range of radio frequency range and in the range of megahertz range. So normal or basic wave analyzers are not suitable, are not used. Okay, and so a special type of wave analyzers. So that is nothing but heterodyne wave analyzer. So heterodyne wave analyzers, so which are used to analyze the frequency range of radio frequency and about megahertz range. Okay, so the basic principle involved in heterodyne wave analyzer is heterodyning, that is nothing but the mixing of the two signals. So mixing of the two signals. So by mixing of the signals, we can produce the difference signal and as well as the summation of the signals. So by that heterodyning process, so we can generate the desired frequency component, and that frequency component can be measured by using a voltmeter. Before measuring the output of the heterodyne output will be converted into the DC signal, and that will be measured by using an voltmeter. Okay, so coming to heterodyne process is nothing but the mixing of the two frequency signals. So mixing of the two frequency signals. So here the basic heterodyne wave analyzer is shown in the block diagram. The figure which shows the block diagram of heterodyne wave analyzer. So it is having an adjustable attenuator. So we can with this adjustable attenuator, we can select the voltage levels. Suppose the input signal having the different types of voltages. Okay, so that voltage levels we can choose. So in which voltage level we can identify the identify the voltage of the given frequency component. Okay, and that frequency signal is applied to balanced mixer circuit. So and the tunable local oscillator. So this tunable local oscillator will also produces the frequency signal. Okay, here these two frequency signals will be mixed and we will get the output. That is, you can call it as a intermediate frequency, also intermediate frequency, and that frequency will be amplified by an amplifier, and after that it will be converted into the DC voltage by using detector circuit. Generally, in the detector circuit, we use the rectifier. Okay, so the alternating component of the frequency will be converted into DC component, a DC voltage. So that voltage will be indicated by a voltmeter. So generally it is an indicator meter or voltage tuned voltmeter. Okay, voltage tuned voltmeter. So like that, the basic heterodyne wave analyzer will be there. So before that, we'll see. So what is the frequency mixer? So frequency mixer is a nonlinear device. It generates a number of frequencies on the application of two different frequencies at the input of the mixer. Okay, so it generates the frequency outputs, frequency number of frequencies signals. Okay, so on the application of two different frequencies at the input of the mixer, the input frequency gets converted into different frequency components so as to process the signals more effectively. So what is the required to mix the signal means? So to process the signals to the desired frequency component, so we have to convert the input frequency into the desired frequency component. Okay, so first of all, in the given complex waveform, there are number of signals which are having individual frequencies, and from there we have to identify the signal which is regarding to one particular application. Suppose in an industry, uh, so in an industry there are number of noise signals will be there. One signal is coming from motor, one signal is coming from mills, and one signal is coming from material present in the mill. So like that, the number of noise signals are coming. The noise signal is coming from compressor. So like that, there is noise will be generated. So sound signals will be generated. So out of this, I want to find out the actual signal that relates to the actual desired. Suppose in the mill, I want to find out the mill output. So suppose the mill is rotating. So okay, so that sound is different when the mill is loaded with some material and mill is vacated the material which is present inside is removed. So in such situation, the rotation of the mills is the rotation of mill is same, but the sound generated is changes. So depending upon that, so we can identify how much material is coming to the mill and how much material is going to outside. So incoming and outcoming of the material will be identified. So depending upon the sounds which are presenting, sounds which are generated from the mill. So we will place a microphone near to this mill. So depending upon the material present in the mill, the sound changes. That sound will be recorded by the microphone. So that sound signal records the microphone, and in addition to this mill sound, it also records the sounds near to that mill. So it may be from the compressors or some other machines will be there, and due to running of those machines, they also produces the sounds due to rotation of the motors, and all these will produce the sounds. And these sounds and the actual mill rotation sound. So these all sounds will be recorded by the microphone. So at the other end of the output of the microphone, we will collect all these signals. So that is a complex waveform. So from that complex waveform, we have to identify our required waveform out of the different waveforms. So we have to remove all other sound signals. So each signal having certain frequency. Again, see here. So the frequencies which are the sounds which are generated. So each sound having certain amplitude and frequency. It is generating with certain frequency and amplitude. Suppose I am speaking. So this is having certain amplitude, sound, and producing the sound with some frequency. It is certain frequency range. So sometimes I am speaking more fast, sometimes I am speaking very slow. So here the change of the frequency of the generating voice or sound. So like that, there is a identification of different frequencies, frequency of different signals. Okay, so that is the main thing we have to find out the using wave analyzers. So in the industry, so we are identifying different sounds, and each sound having certain frequency. So but out of these frequencies, we have to identify the frequency component which is generated from the actual mill rotation. By mill rotation, will produce the output sound noise, sound signal. That sound signal will be recorded. So that signal is to be required to analyze. We don't want other sound signals which are generated. Okay, so based upon that, so we have to remove all other frequency signals. So that's why we can allow this particular frequency signal to a narrow band filters, narrow band fast filter, and remaining all other frequency signals should be avoided. Okay, so like this we can separate the desired frequency signal from the other frequency components, frequency signals. Okay, in such situation, so generally by using a filter, it is okay. But when we consider the high range of high frequency ranges, so then we use the frequency mixer. So by using frequency mixer, we can get the actual frequency component. How we see? So this is the representation of the. So it is a mixer. So from one side we will get the input signal. So this is the signal. From this signal we have to get the analysis of the particular frequency component. And from the other side of the mixer, we will use a local oscillator signal. So this local oscillator signal will be generates also a frequency signals. Okay, and from this we can get the. Okay, so by mixing of these two signals, we generate the output signal. So here, assume that here we have original signals F1 and F2. So F1 and F2 to frequency signals. So F1 is having a frequency of 0.75 megahertz. F1 is having a frequency of 0.75 megahertz, and F2 is having 1 megahertz frequency. So two frequency signals, the two signals which are having a frequency of 0.75 megahertz and 1 megahertz. So these are represented like this. Okay. So next, so by mixing of these two signals, we can result two signals. So here resultant signals F1 plus F2, and another signal is F1 minus F2. So these two signals F1 plus F2, F1 is 0.75 megahertz and F2 is 1 megahertz. By adding these two, we will get 1.75 megahertz. So it is in the x-axis representation. So we will represent the frequency. So at 1.75 megahertz, we will get at this one particular component. So by mixing two signals, we will get the one single component. Similarly, if we done it is in the difference, so we will get f1 minus f2, it is 0.25 megahertz. Okay, so with this we will get the 1 megahertz minus 0.75 megahertz. So that we will get the 0.25 megahertz signal. So one single frequency component, So here, like this, we can mixing of the two signals will generate whether it is addition or subtraction. We will get the two signals. Okay. So in this, we will consider the difference of these two signals, F1 and F2. F1 and F2, F1 minus F2 will be considered for our analysis purpose of waves. So here, so the schematic diagram of a frequency mixer is shown here. So the signal RF signal voltage and local oscillator voltage, and these are having a frequency of Fs, source frequency Fs, and oscillator frequency F0. And by sending to frequency mixer and tune it to intermittent frequency, so here we will produce the difference of these two. So oscillator frequency minus source frequency. So with this we will get the difference of two signal frequencies. So that is nothing but the intermediate frequency voltage. So difference of the source frequency and local oscillator frequency is produces the intermediate frequency. Okay, intermediate frequency signal. Okay, so here to produce the intermittent frequency signal, so the local oscillator frequency should be higher than the actual source signal. So we have to use the local oscillator frequency always greater than the RF signal frequency. Okay, so here it is explained that so a tuned circuit outside the mixer is employed that produces difference frequency component. So this difference frequency is known as intermediate frequency. So F0 minus Fs. Okay. So actually in the frequency mixing stage, so this will be happens. So mixing of two signals, frequency signals. So in order to obtain the intermediate frequency, the frequency of local oscillator must be greater than that of the signal frequency. So what we are applying the input signal frequency, so that should be lower than the or the frequency signal which is applied from the local oscillator must be greater than the input signal frequency, and it should be vary so to maintain the difference frequency at the output. So we can vary the oscillator frequency, local oscillator frequency. So this is the heterodyne wave analyzer, basic heterodyne wave analyzer. So mixing of the two signals will produces the intermediate frequency, and that intermediate frequency component will be amplified by a suitable amplifier, and it will be converted into a voltage readable signal. Okay, so coming to radio frequency heterodyne wave analyzer. So radio frequency heterodyne wave analyzer. So in the range of to analyze the analysis in the radio frequency range. So this figure shows the block diagram representation of heterodyne wave analyzer. So we can so in this the first stage, it is having a signal input. So we are applying the signal, radio frequency signal. So whose frequency components to be analyzed, so it is to be applied to input attenuator. So in the input attenuator, we can adjust, attenuators are used to adjust the amplitude range. We can adjust the amplitude range of the input signals. Suppose the applied input voltage is very high, so the applied input signals are very high. So to reduce that amplitude, we can have an knob in the front panel. So that will be by using amplitude range adjustment. So we can choose the amplitude of the input signal. Okay, so this is nothing but it is a combination of the resistors. So different stages. Okay, from that we can get the reduced output voltage, and but the voltage is decreases, but the frequency does not change. So in this case, we can remember that the voltage range changes, but the frequency does not change. Frequency is same. Frequency does not change. Okay, so that signals, the frequency signals will be applied to a untuned amplifier. Untuned amplifier. Okay, so here so we can amplify the signals which are generally obtained from the input attenuator, and so in the range of 0 to 18 megahertz. So 0 to 18 megahertz range we can apply. So generally we can measure, we can analyze the radio frequency range is 10 kilohertz to 18 megahertz. So generally we can analyze from 10 kilohertz to 18 megahertz range of signals with this radio frequency heterodyne wave analysis. So after that, the signal is amplified signal will be applied to first mixer. So here we have two mixers. Here we have two mixers, first mixer and second mixer. So in the first mixer, the signal which is coming from the input signal, and another signal is from the local oscillator. Local oscillator. So this local oscillator will produces the signal range from 30 to 48 megahertz frequency signals. So 30 to 48, in this range we can generate the frequency signals. Okay, so that frequency signals can be, the frequency of the local oscillator can be adjusted by adjusting the frequency range knob, and also range selection, and this is the frequency tuning. So so here we can choose the frequency range. So for suppose from 30 to 35, like that, in between ranges. So after that, in the particular, you can choose the particular frequency that can be done by tuning. So suppose I want to produce a frequency of 35 megahertz. So that will be done by using frequency tuning after the frequency range is selected. Suppose 30 to 40 range, frequency range is there. So first we will choose that particular range, so 30 to 40 range. In that, after going in that range, so again we will choose the 35 megahertz frequency. So that will done by frequency tuning knob. So with this we can select the frequency, the particular frequency which is to be generated from the local oscillator. Local oscillator. Suppose so we have generated some frequency range from local oscillator, and we are obtained the input signal, and these two signals were mixed, and we will get the 30 megahertz. So to get the 30 megahertz difference, so we can adjust this frequency range and tuning. So with the unknown signal frequencies. So we are getting some signals, but we are unable to identify which component is having that particular frequency component. Okay. So in the first mixer, we can adjust the local oscillator to produce a 30 megahertz range. So in such a way we can adjust. So after that, the output is the intermediate frequency amplifier with a frequency of 30 hertz, 30 megahertz, and that amplifier will be amplifies the 30 megahertz input signal, and the output of the amplified intermediate frequency output will be applied to a second mixer. So here we are sending the signal with 30 megahertz signal. Okay, and again we have another mixer. So in the mixer, the another we are using a same as crystal oscillator. So crystal oscillator here it is producing a 30 megahertz frequency, and from here we are getting 30 megahertz. So both will be, the difference of these two will be zero frequency, 30 megahertz frequency, and this is 30 megahertz frequency. So the difference is zero hertz. So at 0 hertz we have a amplitude. So here we are saying that 0 frequency is 0, or we have another frequencies. So this is just example. So consider 30 and 30. So we have different frequency components also. Okay, and that different frequency components having certain amplitude. So that frequency components will be applied to the active filter section. Active filter section. So this active filter section will control the bandwidth. So we can also adjust the bandwidth of the frequency signals. So we can get this bandwidth in the range of 0 to 1500 hertz. So to adjust the bandwidth, we can use the active filter section. Okay, so from here the signal will be sent to Mater amplifier, and the signal will be detected. So by using here in the place of detector, we have a rectifier section. So because the obtained signal is alternating components, so alternating nature, so that will be converted to DC, and so that will be given to a meter. So this meter will be calibrated in terms of volts and decibels. So decibels. So decibels, that is nothing but, suppose the input signal having certain I have some sound noises, sound or noise signals will be there. The sound will be measured in terms of the decibels. Okay, so to represent that signal in terms of decibels, so we have to calibrate this meter, analog meter, in terms of decibels, and also we can also represent the signal with the, we can also represent the signal in terms of voltage by using this voltmeter. So we can read the signal in terms of voltage and also the decibels. So in such way this meter will be calibrated. Okay, so like this we can produce the we can analyze the audio radio frequency signals. We can analyze the radio frequency signals by using radio frequency heterodyne wave analyzers. This is analyzer. Okay, and what are the applications of the wave analyzers? And these wave analyzers are applied in industrial field to reduce the sound and vibration generated by machines and appliances. So different sounds which are generated by the machines and appliances, and those sounds should be somewhat we have to reduce or we have to eliminate. So in some sounds we cannot eliminate. We can be possible to reduce. Suppose if the motor is producing some more noise more from the regular noise, so we cannot eliminate the noise, but we can reduce. So by putting some grease or by putting some oils, so we can reduce the sound or noise which are producing from the appliances or some machines. So that will be done by analyzing the sounds which are generated in the industry. Main application is industrial. So sound and noise or vibration. See here, if the vibration is also one of the main consideration for correct operation, for correct running of the machines. The machine is producing some vibrations from the normal operation, so that is nothing but some problem in the machine, so that will be immediately identified. So if not, there is a big problem. Okay, so to avoid such situations, to identify the changes in the vibration and sound signals, we can use these analysis of wave analyzers. So here the source of the noise or vibration generated by a machine must first be identified before it can be reduced or eliminated. So the vibration or noise, so from where these vibration and noise sources are generated. So first these should be identified. After that we can try to reduce or eliminate. So to identify those sources, so particular type of the frequency signals generated by a particular type of machines. Okay, if you find the this particular frequency signal, so that frequency signal should be related to one particular machine. Okay, so like that we can identify the depending upon the frequency, so that frequency corresponds to one particular source. So person to person the frequency and pitch changes. So by observing the frequency of that signal, we can identify who's from that particular frequency, we can identify who is that person. So like that, in complex waveforms also, by identifying by analyzing the different signals, we can identify the source of the generation of vibration and noise. So similarly, by using the spectrum analyzer and wave analyzers, we can identify the discrete frequencies and resonance related to the motions of the motions of the machine. Okay, here there's some mistake. Motions which are related to the machine. Okay, so like this we can use the wave analyzers to analyze the different frequency components of the generated signals. Okay. Okay, so up to this, if you have any doubts or clarifications, you can chart. You can type in the chat room, or you can directly ask. And you can expect one question in the final exam from this wave analysis. So it may be heterodyne wave analysis. I can say it is a heterodyne wave analysis. Maybe expected to come in final exam. So it is also one of the important concept. So wave analysis. So in the tomorrow session, we'll see the harmonic distortion analysis. What are different types of harmonics and distortion of the signals. Okay, so with this I am closing this session. So if you have any doubts, I will close the session. Okay. Thank you.